has been a hit or miss for me when it comes to the Star Wars license. In all honesty, I'm not the kind of person that just openly hates them just because they bought Star Wars and they're this big corporation, but I do think they've handled some projects way better than others. The new trilogy, I went from I love this to I hate this to this one's kind of cool, but at the same time, some of the movies like Rogue One, that was outstanding in my opinion. The Marvel comics based on Star Wars are great in general. Star Wars Resistance, on the other hand, that animated series, it was just way too kiddie and kind of boring to me. But at the same time, they went ahead and gave us an epic finale for Star Wars The Clone Wars. Probably my favorite Star Wars anything. I love the Clone Wars era. Let me start this video by addressing something real quick because I've gotten a couple comments about it. I started reviewing the episodes for Clone Wars, Mandalorian, and Castlevania Netflix to throw that into the bunch too. And someone made the comment the other day that I dropped it like a bad habit. So here's what happened. Anything Netflix or Disney Plus oriented that I do on the channel gets copyright claimed instantly by YouTube's amazing copyright bot. And then I have to dispute it, so sometimes when I make those videos, it's like a month before I can even show you guys. So it's not worth focusing my energy on it. I do plan on still continuing those reviews. Right now what I'm focused on is just keeping up with the weekly content and then producing the content that's coming up for Halloween time. Once October's over, I do want to go back and revisit those, and I'll just make them weekly and upload them as they become available. As far as the topic of this video, Disney has announced a new standalone series in the vein of the Clone Wars called The Bad Batch, based on some of the coolest characters introduced in the entire Clone Wars series, Clone Force 99. Before we talk about that, I'd like to introduce you real quick to my Patreon page. If you'd like to help support the channel and allow me to continue creating content like this for the entire galaxy, you can become a patron for as little as $1 a month by clicking on the link in the description or head over to patreon.com/GamerThumbTV. I'd also like to go ahead and give a quick thank you to my current patrons and channel members for their continued support. Star Wars The Bad Batch. This is something I specifically asked for, not having any idea that it was even a remote possibility. These characters are absolutely worthy of their own ongoing series. For those of you that don't quite know what Clone Force 99 is, it's this group of 4 badass clone troopers born with rare genetic traits that make them kind of defective, but really these defects make them incredibly special and exceptional in many ways. Crosshair, he's the sniper of the team, born with exceptional eyesight. Then you've got Wrecker, he's the Hulk of the team, the Juggernaut, the big strong dude. Tech, he's the smart one, the Donatello, the one that's proficient with technology. And the leader, Sergeant Hunter, clearly modeled after Rambo. He has enhanced senses and he can detect electromagnetic signals. And by the end of the Bad Batch episodes of the Clone Wars series, they had a 5th member join up, the clone trooper known as Echo, which has his own story arc going throughout the Clone Wars series, resulting in him being rescued, and he's essentially part machine now, almost like a proto Darth Vader in a way. One area that hasn't really been explored very much in detail in the Star Wars universe is the lives of the clone troopers after Order 66, that time frame shortly after Revenge of the Sith and sometime before New Hope. We know that in both the canon and the legend Star Wars universe, the Empire eventually retired all their clones and decided to go with standard, way less accurate with a blaster stormtrooper recruits. But in canon, we haven't gotten to see a lot of what remaining clone troopers that were still active on duty were up to. With a specialized team like the Bad Batch, they surely didn't just tell them, hey, you don't have a job anymore, sorry dude. And that's the era that the Bad Batch takes place in, the aftermath of the Clone Wars. So after Order 66, after the destruction of the Jedi, the rise of the Empire, after the transformation of Anakin Skywalker into Darth Vader, this is going to be semi-new territory to explore where hopefully we'll get to see some of the inner workings of the Empire and how they coordinated with remaining clones. It's going to be interesting to see what new purpose the Bad Batch is going to serve. In the Clone Wars, they were meant to go into suicide missions that surely nobody could pull off, but they somehow always came out on top. So that leaves us with many questions about this new series. Is the Bad Batch being sent to run missions against rebels? Did they participate in Order 66? Are they loyal to the Empire? Or are they just kind of independent on their own clones with their own goals and ambitions? Maybe they've been sent on missions to hunt down remaining Jedi. Maybe they didn't even have functioning chips in their brains like the other clones, and they're Imperial runaways. The story possibilities are endless. Either way, I'm sure it's going to be awesome, since some of the big Star Wars names are involved. Lucasfilm Animation's working on it under the eye of Dave Filoni. That man is a genius. He's responsible for so much Star Wars awesomeness recently. The man just understands Star Wars. He bleeds Star Wars. As of now, there's no official release date besides 2021, so sometime next year. There's not a whole lot of information out yet, but I'll definitely keep reporting on this as it develops. I want to know your thoughts on The Bad Batch. Leave me those down below. What do you think the show should be about? I'll catch you guys later. Since you made it to the end of this video, I assume you enjoyed it, so why don't you go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss any new content. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, links in the description below, and if you'd like to support the channel, you can join my Patreon or become a channel member. This is Fabian, I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.